Hello there guys, welcome back to Soccer Talk. Football is back. Football is finally back, and I need you to know how much it delights me to say those words because it has been a long wait, hasn't it? 3 long months, and we were simply crumbling under that pressure that we needed football back. We seriously needed football back, and now guys, we have it. We have it, and it is right on top of it, of our daily minds, of our daily routines, that this game and that match, great matches so far. And before we begin the main feature of our video guys, where we will be discussing the UEFA Champions League, the new format in detail, I would like to give you an update of the top 5 leagues across Europe. Well guys, first up is Spain, La Liga. Oh my god, who would have believed that Barca and Real Madrid would be heading into a tussle of a title race, a monumental title race, and something we haven't seen for years now. In the past 10 years, Barcelona have won 8 La Liga titles, truly dominating the league, and no one even coming closer to challenging them for the title. But this year, Real are on top. Real are seriously on top. They're performing so well. I really didn't expect them to perform this well this season, but at the same time, I didn't expect Barcelona to crumble under that pandemic post-rustiness, and I really hope that it goes right to the wire, because as of now it seems like it. Also, moving on to England, the Premier League has delivered Liverpool as champions after 30 long years, and to be honest, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. They thoroughly deserve their title win. They thoroughly deserve what's coming their way, and at the same time, we have to acknowledge what they gave up for that. They gave up the Champions League defending crown. They gave up the FA Cup and everything that might have stopped them from winning the Premier League. But they didn't care. The fans don't care. Premier League is theirs after 30 long years. We need to appreciate the way they went about their campaign, the way they played throughout the season, and it's all down to Jurgen Klopp's effortless effort. It really is a long journey for him. It took him 5 years to establish such a successful Liverpool team, and now he has it. Well, moving on to Bundesliga, what else can we say about this current Bayern Munich team? They're absolutely amazing. You can't really take your eyes off them for a second. You know, at the start of the season, they were under a bit of cloudiness. There was a cloudiness over the season. Niko Kovac was the head coach, but he was not really leading Bayern anywhere. Despite the 7-2 win over Tottenham Hotspur, we all knew that Bayern were missing something. They were not the team we know, and because of that, I think it's really need to be appreciated that the Bayern board recognized this, that the style of play wasn't at the level of that of Bayern, and they replaced Niko Kovac mid-season with Hansi Flick. And what a appointment that had to be. What an appointment. Hansi Flick completely turned around the style of play, the mentality of this Bayern team, and to be honest, they're a wonderful team now. They're roaring, they're hungry for titles. They've already won the domestic double this season, and I'm not going to drop any spoilers. I seriously hope, and I seriously have a good feeling about this, that Bayern Munich might just lift the title come August. Also, moving on now to Italy, Serie A, the Farmers League, one of the 2 Farmers League in top 5 leagues across Europe. Juventus, sluggy, boring, absolutely rigid. You can't really handle them for the entirety of the 90 minutes. You just can't. It's too boring. Ronaldo has been tampered with. I actually had high hopes for Juventus this season. They went from a defensive coach to pretty much attacking coach with Maurizio Sarri at the helm. He was bought in from Chelsea after a half decent season for him as well. But I really hope that Juventus would strike back. They would really come into this season roaring on all cylinders. They wanted to get their hands on the Champions League, but all it seems right now is pretty damp. It doesn't seem good within the camp. It doesn't seem good when they play their football out on the pitch. It doesn't seem good at all. Well, now the final top league in the European Union is France, Ligue 1. Well, what else can you say? It's a Farmers League, like I said before, one of the 2 Farmers League, including Serie A, and the perennial winners PSG ran out once again by a whopping 24-point lead at the top, and to be honest, it doesn't surprise us anymore. And at the same time, As you know, it was banned, it was suspended earlier in March, and I think that was a very, very good decision by the French Prime Minister to suspend their national league, and now if they look forward to the Champions League come August. Well guys, this was the abilities across Europe. Now we move on to the main feature, our showlight, the limelight of this episode, the UCL, the UEFA Champions League, the great year's trophy, the best club competition in the world, and now it is returning. It is returning in just a 1 month's time on 7th of August, and to be honest, and to be absolutely true, we can't wait. We absolutely can't wait with the format changes, the venue changes, the transfers and everything. The chaos of this pandemic has already made us yearn more for this league than to dread it. Also, there have been various, like I said, various format changes this season in the UEFA Champions League, and it is interesting to see how will it develop come August. Well, in this episode we will discuss exactly that, the format changes, the venue changes, like I said, and let's kick off right away. Well, first we will be discussing the venue changes. Well, as you must be aware that the final was initially intended to be held in Istanbul. Well, now that's off. The plan is now off. It will now be held in Portugal, either in the stadium of Porto or Benfica. Well, at the same time, it is the Istanbul final that was about to be held this year, like I said, will now be held in the 2021 Champions League season, and it is a bit, like I said, it is a bit confusing. I don't know how UEFA negotiated that, but at the end of the day, I think it was a beneficial decision from the UEFA body, and we really can enjoy the new benefits of the format change that UEFA has proposed along with the venue change. Well, now moving on to the format change, it is absolutely amazing. It just got more exciting to watch UEFA Champions League again. Well, as you must be aware, as you must be feeling that the last 2 years were wonderful in terms of the quality, in terms of the comebacks that were shown by the teams in the UEFA Champions League. Well, this season we have to expect more. We are expecting more because the tide is completely turned around. It is turned around. It is much better. The format is much better. The format is much exciting. And without further ado, I would like to represent you the format. First, the knockout stages will be held from the remaining second legs of the round of 16 to the final of the Champions League. It will all just unravel within 16 days, and that's a really short time, but for a football fan that's a that's a treat to behold. At the same time, now we move on to the round of 16 second legs. Well, all of the remaining round of 16 second legs will be held at respective home grounds on 7th and 8th of August, which all makes it more interesting given what I'm about to tell you next. Well, from the quarterfinals to the final, it is a full-blown Champions League race. I tell you why. From quarterfinal onwards, it's a straight knockout stage. It's a straight knockout stage. What I mean by that, it's a World Cup format. What happens in a World Cup? The quarterfinal is a one-leg tie. The semi-final is a one-leg tie. That is what's going to happen in the Champions League this season. And to be honest, we are blown away by that decision. We are absolutely blown away with the decisions that UEFA have come up with this season to salvage this season, to be honest, for us fans. And it only has made this season more interesting, more intriguing. And I really can't wait to find out what happens later. Also, at the same time, like I say, it's a straight knockout matches, so there will be no second legs. Barcelona must be watching this, I am sure. At the same time, if there's a draw, after the 90 minutes, the game will straight go to extra time. And as you know, after 30 minutes of extra time, if there's no clear winner, the game will now move on to penalties. Well, before we end, I would like to present for the upcoming knockout stages. The round of 16, like I mentioned before, will be held on 7th and 8th of August, and then after a 4-day break, just a 4-day break, the quarterfinal commences. The quarterfinal commences, 4 days, 4 matches, awesome action. I can't wait for it. The quarterfinal will be held on 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th of August, and will be followed by the semi-final just 3 days later on the 18th and 19th of August. And as we all await for this date, guys, 23rd of August will be the date where Champions League final will take center stage, and it will be amazing to see how this unravels. To be honest, we had our favorites before the season began. We had our money placed on who will win the Champions League this season. But with the format changes, with the venue changes, with no away fans, with no fans in the crowd, it could actually make it more interesting. It could actually make it more intriguing, and make it a bit more of a mixed bag on who is about to win the Champions League come August. So that is there, Soccerlites. I have given you absolutely every information, every piece of information I could possibly give on the Champions League format changes, the Champions League venue changes, and I hope you, as well as many other fans out there, we are excited, we are ready. Come Champions League, we are standing here, we are absolutely waiting to stay up those nights and watch the matches, full 90 minutes, full of action, and I cannot wait. Well guys, as you all be aware, the Champions League draw is out, so as you can expect, a new video will be out very soon. Until then guys, as always, stay tuned on Soccer Talk.